Welcome to claude-code news. Version 2.1.86 just dropped, and this one is all about quality, fewer crashes, lower token costs, and a pile of fixes that remove friction from your daily workflow. Let's get into it. If you run Claude behind a proxy or API gateway, here's a small but meaningful addition. Every request now carries an excluded code session ID header. That means your proxy can group and aggregate all requests from a single Claude session without having to parse the request body. Great for logging, rate limiting per session, or building usage dashboards on top of a shared deployment. Two more version control systems join the excluded directories list. .jj and .sl folders, used by the Jujutsu and Sapling VCS tools, are now automatically skipped by grep and file autocomplete. If you've been seeing noise from VCS metadata polluting your search results, that's gone now. If you upgraded to v2.1.85 and then tried to resume an older session, you likely hit an error about tool use IDs missing their matching tool result blocks. That was a regression introduced in 2.1.85, and it's fixed here. Session resumption works cleanly again across version boundaries. Another fix that's easy to miss until it bites you. If you had conditional skills or rules configured, write, edit, and read were silently failing on files outside the project root, things like your global ~.claude/Claude. MD. That's fixed. All file operations now work correctly regardless of where the file lives relative to your project. This release has several targeted wins on token consumption. The read tool now uses a compact line number format and skips resending file content if nothing changed since the last read. Files mentioned with the hour symbol no longer get JSON escaped, which trims overhead on raw string content. And skill descriptions in the /skills listing are now capped at 250 characters. Individually, these are small savings, but across a long session, they add up. For teams running Claude through Amazon Bedrock, Google Vertex, or Azure Foundry, prompt cache hit rates should improve noticeably. Dynamic content was being injected into tool descriptions, which was busting the cache on every request. That dynamic content is now removed from tool descriptions, making the payload stable enough for the cache to do its job. The rest of this release is a focused sweep of stability and usability fixes. The macOS and Linux marketplace plugin scripts that broke with permission denied since version 2.1.83 are fixed. The OAuth login URL copy shortcut now copies the full URL instead of cutting off at 20 characters. Masked input for OAuth codes no longer leaks the start of the token on narrow terminals. Memory growth in long sessions from render caches is addressed. Startup lag with many Claude.ai MCP connectors is reduced by extending the macOS keychain cache from 5 to 30 seconds, and the VS Code extension no longer flips Max Plan users back to Sonnet after an OAuth token refresh. That's version 2.1.86. A thorough round of fixes and efficiency improvements that make claude-code more reliable in production and less wasteful with tokens. If this was useful, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next release. See you then.